Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to today's Cashflow Digital. Um, Check out the sponsor, Niche Website Builders, up there. If you're interested in done for you affiliate websites and all that kind of good stuff, they can sort you out. If not, then build your own. But we are here to answer your questions on anything relating to SEO, digital marketing, whatever you like.
Are we throwing people off by having it at the same time in US but different time in UK today?
I think it worked better. So I done last week with Palmer at the normal time, at the normal US time. And it worked out all right. I mean, I don't think it was super busy, but it was busier than doing it at the other time. So I think most of our audience are used to the old US time zone, if I'm being honest. So let's see how it goes. But if you are there, Erie Wigan, let us know where you're from. Because there's nothing. Normally people say hello, but we've got no hellos. So if you're there, let us know you're there. So we need to know if we've made the right decision coming on now.
I make a lot of terrible decisions on a daily basis. So
likewise, mate. Likewise, it's my life is full of terrible decisions.
Yeah, the current circumstances I'm in are just a string of bad decisions, probably. So.
Getting into this industry was a bad decision.
What's that?
Getting into this industry was a fucking bad decision.
Yeah, I could be working on Wall Street right now.
Exactly. You just never know where you could have been.
Honestly, do you ever look at it? It's like, what would I be doing or whatever? I did not get paid a ton. I went to school, and then I feel like I kind of got undercut by the guy that I was working for. He's like, yeah. You finish school and you come on full time. Then I feel like he kind of strong-armed me, and I had no other option. So I didn't make a ton of money because it was a smaller company. I don't think they could have paid much more anyway. But it was like I started this shit because I was like, fuck, I need more money. So I learned web design. I started selling the e-commerce shit, but I'm like, I couldn't have stayed there for the rest of my and be broke. What the fuck else would I be doing? I guess go into sales, but I don't know.
Fuck that.
Yeah.
I mean, I think you'd adapt anyway. Yeah. I think whatever life threw at you could figure something out. But
yeah. But imagine me or you or Mike in a normal day job where we just go and clock in every day or whatever. Or say we're working for an agency or something and go in, and it's like, fuck, it sucks. What up, Alex? Alex had a birthday.
What was it? His 50th?
He looks like it. I think he's a hard 45.
I'm only kidding, Alex. You'll be like, you fucking bastard. But I hope you did a good one, Alex. But nah, I think I'm unemployable. I don't think I could walk up
at this point. Yeah,
I would be the worst guy in the world to work for your company. So please never hire me, folks.
Have I ever told you about the lifestyle business conversation that my boss had?
No.
So I was at 36. You just turned 36?
Come on.
Young spring chicken, Alex is. He might be missing a leg, but he can still jump pretty high.
Anyway, your story.
Yeah. So it's in the midst of we're clawing back out of the recession, 08, 09, which has come up a lot lately. It's odd. The banks crashing and shit like that. But yeah, so he was in a position where when the credit tightened, we were in manufacturing. So when credit tightened, for example, his very first line of credit that he had, so an open line of credit, so he pays it off, he gets it back, not just a loan. That one stopped. And then everything else that he had, he had a running line of credit with our current bank, and they're like, we're going to take this line of credit and we're going to turn it just into a loan. So you've got to pay it back, but you can't pull back out. He's like, what the fuck? So that cuts off cash flow hardcore. So he's like, what the fuck do I do? So there's this other guy in town. He's older, but successful. He had bought, I think the name of the company was like Dynajet or something, but basically it's coating on like like on an exhaust, like high heat stuff, so it protects it. So you coat your exhaust in this, like your muffler or whatever, and it doesn't turn like normal. It stays looking shiny. So he's like, "Hey, do you mind if we have a call?" So it was me, this other guy, my boss went out, and my boss tells him like his sorrows and stuff. The bank did this, the bank did that. Basically, never trust a bank is what the guy said. And he's like, "Well, you've got a lifestyle business." And then my boss is like, "What do you mean I've got a lifestyle business?" Well, and he goes into this big story. He's like, "I hired, this plumber or this construction guy came to me. He's like, 'Man, I really need a lot of work.'" And he said, "Okay, I'll give you work." And he gave him a bunch of work and shit to do around his house. And he's like, "Okay, I need you to do this, 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 and this. When can you start?" "I'll start tomorrow." Okay. So he works like half a day and then leaves. And he's like, "Where'd you go? You didn't finish this stuff." And he's like, "Oh, I got to go pick up my kids from soccer practice or whatever." And then, okay, comes back the next day and it's another excuse. And then it's another, he's always got to leave early and shit. Typical contractor. And he's like, "Yeah, he's got a lifestyle business, one that fits with his lifestyle like you do." To this guy that's trying to run a manufacturing facility and all that shit. And he doesn't see himself as a lifestyle, but he was pissed. But I think about that a lot because I'm like, man, I've got a lifestyle business and it's fucking great. Why would you not why would you not want that? Like get a lifestyle business. That's where you become an investor, not have to work in the business. But I don't know. People just want to tally up the amount of time that they put in. So,
yeah.
But yeah, I can see us being in a lifestyle business, which I would consider both of us. You work harder than me. I don't work that hard. But imagine me going in and I'd be like the dude you heard about the guy from Microsoft that got fired for automating everything. That would be my ultimate goal. I'd go in there. I actually thought about in the middle of the pandemic being like, I wonder what job I could get that pays well, that I have to work as little as possible because I can automate everything. I thought about like just going out and searching for a job like that and seeing if I can automate everything. So
that's what I can't remember which one of those leading business gurus said it, but hire someone who can cheat and automate everything. That's the guy you need to hire.
Yeah.
So
that's what my bot guy does. I have to lay it out and everything, but like I'm automating like content and all that shit. That's my big thing now because I'm always a little behind. You can tell by looking at me, I'm a little slow. Got into the GPT stuff. So I'm like, this is actually pretty fucking cool. But I don't like jumping into shit when everyone else is jumping into it because it's like, then you're jumping into something every other day. So I give it some time. But yeah, now I'm going to just have sites shitting out content, as you like to say. And
I just love that terminology.
Shitting it out. Yeah, that's a Midwest term. Yeah, that's what you get when you grow up in Indiana.
Brilliant. Alex is asking me if I'm going to Stag Do. It depends, dude, when it is, where it is. But I could be persuaded. DM me the details.
You're pretty lenient on your qualifications.
Yeah, if you let me into the Stag Do.
Yeah.
I've obviously not done enough damage in Malta when I last saw Alex to scare him off of inviting me.
He likes the pain.
Yeah.
And sorry, the yard guys, like I was coming up here to get on the call. I'm like, I see their truck out front. I was like, of course he would come at fucking noon,
Yeah.
Motherfuckers. Joe K is coming.
That means I'm not. I'm only kidding. Joe's a nice guy. But DM me, Alex, and I'll come if the dates and everything work out, and I'm not elsewhere, for sure. But we have some questions, guys. Keep the questions coming. Hi, homies. Hope you're both well.
I'm not. But go on, TJ.
Do links pass more power? Page rank the more aged the link is?
Yes, I would say so. You're always going to see a bump as long as the link stays in place, which is what Mike is always saying is the issue with most link vendors is you get that link, you see the initial bump, but you never see the full effect from it because the link goes down, the page goes down, the site goes down, whatever. But yeah, I feel like content, links, everything does better with age. The website, if it never expired, it's better to pick it up. I've got one. You remember the site that I told you about that I got from Otis? And I got it on the holiday special or whatever, so it was cheap for Otis. And I threw it up, and I had my guy go through and do like 150 pages of surfer content. So it's not even like the decent ZimWriter or ChatGPT shit. It's not it's not Jarvis. What's the other name? The real name for it? I always call it Jarvis.
Jasper.
Jasper. It's not Jasper. It's just straight up from Surfer. So which is like the poorest quality in my opinion, but it's going to be optimized. He did like 150 pages of that. I went in and linked it, like hubbed it out, and it is fucking going to the moon right now. Like as far as rankings, search console, everything, getting calls, like 150 pages that added to it on top of the pages that I pulled from way back. It's taken off. So, but yeah, it never expired. So I'm collecting that age. So.
Yes, and glad to hear there's some success. Sometimes you just got to ride it out for a little while as well. People get impatient.
Yeah. I think this went live in like November-ish, right around there, maybe beginning of December. So it took a few months to really kick. But yeah, and I haven't done any link building or anything to it, so wait till that kicks. Oh, there he is. Yeah, drive right by him. Working from home. But we did have another client too. Just you mentioned timing, or it's not my client; it's someone I was helping. But they did. I think I mentioned it before. They did a basic, brand new site. So and high volume search stuff. They did like a basic content, a base of links, like just your entity style links, and then tiered to those. So that's the link building that's been done, and then did a bunch of content like consistently over the past 5-6 months. At the 6 month mark, it looks like a hockey stick. I think we've linked to 6 internal pages on there, tiered, and that's it. So, yeah, 6 months. So at the very least, stick it out for 6 months. If you're not getting any traction after that, you're probably doing something wrong.
So, talking about doing something wrong, Google have rolled out another March 2023 update. Like this update is targeting on backlinks or AI content. So obviously that update was rolled out last week. I think it was Wednesday last week. Have you saw any ups, downs?
I'm seeing the upticks is what I'm seeing. And that's with like surfer type content. So I'd consider that AI. So yeah, I'm actually seeing fantastic indexation. So I got lazy. I didn't want to spin this article that I was doing for knock on wood, it sticks. I didn't want to spin this article that I was putting out with SERPShaker. So in SERPShaker, you can either put spun content or just regular content that switches out the geo when you put the short codes in. It's fucking killing it right now. Same site that I put the 150 articles on, I just blasted out 3,000 some change pages on that, and it's fucking Google's eating it up, like top 3 on a shit ton of terms. Like how you get the Ahrefs emails like for your sites in the system. I'm like, it's like hundreds of new keywords. I was like, what the fuck did I do? I forgot that I did the SERPShaker build on it and the other shit. It fucking took off. So, and that's within the past week. So,
can't grumble with that. So getting out
simple. Yeah.
Seems to be still working.
For me, it is. Hopefully, they don't roll that shit back.
Yeah.
If they do, it's all good. I mean, you just got to do more.
But TG, thank you for the insight about age links. There seems to be a few different mass page tools out there. Which tool would you recommend for mass page local sites if you could only use one?
I only use one, and it's SERPShaker. And the primary reason for that is because I know how to use it, and I can just install it via the plugin. and throw it on as many sites as I want. So Surf Shaker for me.
Surf Shaker. I mean, there are Magic
I
Page.
know. Yeah, you use a few different ones, don't you?
I've played around with them. I mean, I don't claim to be doing a lot of mass page, but you know, on the small amount of websites I have done mass page, I have used Surf Shaker in the past. But someone called Magic Page Plugin, Mike Martin, he certainly does a good job and is always current and up to date. And he's got a community of people in there. And what I like about uh, Magic Page plugin is the guys behind it are always trying to get better and better and better.
Nice.
Because sometimes I feel that
Surf Shaker dude just gave the fuck up. To be honest, it seems like I don't know where he is, but Andres.
That scares me when you get a tool like that and then the guy just fucks off.
He was around for a while. Then I don't know what happened to him. I think Don, who did Lead Gadget with Brian Prince, wrote the original stuff, and then him and Andres split up, and then Don teamed up with and created Lead Gadget with Brian. As far as I know, that's how it happened. But yeah, it's maybe he doesn't know how to update it.
Dude, maybe if it's still working for you, does he need to do anything with it? He's
right now, yeah,
and fucked off.
I love it because I use the shortcodes to interlink all the pages and shit, and then yeah, it's solid.
So there you go, TJ. That's a couple. There are a number of others out there. I don't know if that I've not personally used them, so I don't like to.
I just don't like learning new shit unless I have to. So that's why another reason why I didn't fuck around with ChatGPT initially as well.
Yeah.
Or not Jarvis, Jasper, or anything like that. Surfer SEO is late to the game, but I mean, I had the shit that's working. So
yeah, no, you want to do the least amount of work possible if you can.
I mean, that's the only way I keep this lifestyle business afloat is the least amount of work possible.
David, good to see you, mate. They got back the content reporting since every writer got afraid that they were going to lose work and that AI is going to take over. Could be right. Do you think writers are going to lose their jobs with all these?
I think so. I think a lot of people, a lot of like the VA style and the supporting roles are going to be reduced. So it's hard to keep a good content writer though. Just like because you'll get them trained, and then all of a sudden they're like, I want like triple the money. What the fuck you want triple the money for? Well, you said I'm doing a very good job. Yes, you are, and I appreciate you. But like, a steady raise would be good, but not like it's just crazy. And then their lead times get longer. They just burn themselves out. I feel like content writers. So if I can avoid utilizing human capital over bots and automation and AI, I'm going to go automation and AI like 100%.
The good thing is bots don't get sick either.
Yeah. Where's Mike?
Yeah,
he is a robot.
But Subham is asking how to get more link building clients.
Do a fantastic job for them. If they get results, if your initial clients get results, so you gotta just fucking talk them into it the first time, or slash your prices. Say, look, I'll give you an introductory rate. Just let me try it. Do you have a test site out there? Let me push it. If you don't, let me set up a site for you. I'll push it. Get that going, and just do a fantastic job. Like the initial clients that you're going to have are your incubator. Do a fantastic job for them, and then word will spread. So, but if you do a shitty job, then just scam people, I guess, and lie.
What a fucking answer. Oh, Jesus. But
it's true. I mean, you can either do a fantastic job and word will spread, right? Or you can do a shitty job and scam as many people and just do a cash grab and get out of there before anyone realizes what you've done. Or find a new group of people to scam. So
to play on.
yeah.
But I think Subam, if you're asking me to answer that question, I think you need to be more tactical in your approach to selling it. I get the dreaded inbox every day. Guest posts, sir, dear sir, please, mister, and all that shit.
Hope this message finds you well. This message will never fucking find me well.
So I think, demonstrating knowledge, doing a good job, I would use recommendations before I would take someone slipping into my DMs. So I think it's a harder sell because
Make friends with them. I mean, network.
Yeah.
I'm not good at making friends, so I don't sell links.
But networking, all of that kind of stuff, demonstrating your knowledge, do it slightly different rather than just buy links, because that's all any of us here. And I'll tell you, Brad, I was out in Dubai speaking at that conference, and I'm being approached by people, and I had a few guys. Oh, Craig, I've seen a lot of your videos. How are you? Talking away. Can I get a picture? Yeah, take a picture. Right,
I'd take a picture with you. I've never looked better in a picture.
But dude, so
compared to you,
they introduce, take a picture, and then pitch all in one go. All in one go.
Yeah, might as well. The one call close.
So, not I like your, because I've had other people come up. Hi, Craig, seen your videos, quite like the content, whatever. Or you're just a dick, Craig, fuck off, eat your guts. That's also,
I get that more often. Most of the time, no one talks to me, and they're like, "Man, he seems a lot nicer on the computer as opposed to in person." I'm just sitting there like.
But dude, I was getting the whole fucking thing in the one conversation.
Nice. As you're taking the selfie.
Yeah, as you're taking the selfie.
I mean, you got to credit them for like working it, I guess. But it's like you don't listen to Dan Pena at all, right?
I do. I love Dan Pena.
Yeah. So have you heard him talk about his friend who he's like, I'll show you how to get laid. So he's like, hey, he stands outside of a limo. He's like, hey, you want to get in my limo and go back to the hotel and get nasty? Or he says fuck, but and it's like he'll just sit there, do that. Hey, you want it? Blah blah blah. No. You want blah blah? No. You want blah blah? No. You want it? Blah blah blah. Sure. He's like, all right, get in the limo, and eventually it'll work. Have you ever seen Fast Times at Ridgemont High?
No.
Oh, it's good. He's like, he's telling his friend how to get with women. He's like, it's a numbers game. He's like, you just gotta keep going and going and going, and eventually you'll hit gold. He's like, but you don't, basically you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. It's, if you want to be that kind of salesperson, do that. I think long-term networking and doing a fantastic job is the way to do it, though.
And big David Nikolic, who I met out in Dubai.
Is he that big?
Dude, yeah. So there's a picture of me and David on his LinkedIn, I think, and dude, the guy, I can't remember, he must be like 7 foot at least. He's bigger than Mike.
He's like 6'7", 6'8", something like that.
Yeah, fucking weird. But Subam, he went to conferences, he met people, and I don't think he at the time either. So, just going about your business, the art of selling is not to sell. And I want no one likes to phone in the house. So David, I met in Dubai, and he's picked up 10 plus clients from Dubai. So whatever he's using.
Is he niching down, or is he? Is it just everything?
Did you niche down, or are you doing everything? Out of curiosity, just for Brad. And Maeve, trying to stick to the UK time zone, US time zone, because...
Blame Craig. I said, are you sure you don't want to push it back? He's like, no, I want to embarrass Maeve, rhymes with Dave, put me in the grave. I said, all right, sounds good.
Nah, Maeve, if we do it at 5 UK time, then we're going to meet the US people going to say, you're an hour late, so you can't fucking win.
US people aren't smart enough to figure it out. You can't change shit on them like that. So
anyway,
we're not. It was a back and forth last week to figure out what time it was, and it's because of me. So
it's always Brad's fault. Let's
that's what I do.
Shiroz, what is the best approach for a strong link building profile?
Easiest way is to buy a site that already has the links, right?
Yeah.
That's it. Aside from that, if you're building from scratch, you want to. I'm seeing a lot of push from building the basic entity style links, spreading those out throughout the site, and then tiering to those with 2.0s and GSA. That might not be the best approach for everyone, but I'm seeing it work well recently.
Half
It's
4.
1227 for me. And then once you get that, you want to start publishing content and then link directly to that content with your specific anchors that you want to push. So that's it. Just consistency.
But Tommy, an hour earlier, just for this week until our clocks go forward or back or whatever the fuck they do.
Spring forward.
So, yeah. It's to keep in line with these fucking Americans because your clock went forward like 2 weeks ago, some shit like that.
Not this past weekend, but the weekend before. So a week and a half ago,
yeah. It always fucks things up. So it's either later in America or earlier for us for 2 weeks of the year.
Yeah, it messes with my nap time, like the time we had it last week. So I got to keep up this lifestyle business. And rest is important. I need all the beauty sleep I can get. So that's why we're here early, Tommy.
Tommy's just gutted. He's woken up from his nap.
Yeah, it sucks. Yeah, fucking with that.
But hope you're good, Tommy. Where is the main man?
He has not responded. I must have offended him.
Why are you fucking referring to him as the main man? I thought it was me. But don't tell me he has COVID again.
It's definitely not me. Man.
I'm not going to fight with Mike. He's fucking twice the height. So.
You get in underneath like Tyson. You got
him. But Maeve, he did have some form of COVID or illness.
Yeah, he showed us a test. I didn't believe it though because I don't remember him painting his fingernails and the person holding the.
Yeah, someone with painted
much darker skin
was holding a COVID.
Actually, looking back on it, I think it was a pregnancy test. So, I don't know.
But yeah, so yeah, he's still rinsing that one, Maeve. He's had a few weeks. The longest dose of COVID.
He fucked up his heart or something, right?
I think that was the initial COVID, right? That he said fucked his heart up or something.
Yeah. Post that Instagram link that I sent you. I was like, this is what it looks like when Mike misses
no,
post that here. Public for everyone to see.
Instagram. Shit, did you send me an Instagram?
No, it was in. I sent it to you in Messenger, but it was an Instagram link. You go like this when you type it.
I will find it. But Tommy, feel free to ask your questions.
You know what's funny is I've always called Mike Sasquatch, Bigfoot, whatever you want to call it. He always gets offended. That's probably why he's not here. But it's funny because I saved a picture of Bigfoot to my phone and then put it in as his picture, as his profile picture on my phone. So I'm texting Mike. I hope that's the right one. Texting Mike one day, and my youngest kid, he's like, "Are you texting Bigfoot?" I was like, because his pictures, I forgot. I was like, "What the fuck?" Oh yeah, I am. I'm very good friends with him.
Oh man,
that's Mike today, walking through the woods, drinking an ale 8.
Tommy has a question. What do you think of AI chat enhancing SEO on niche sites?
I haven't messed with it. Is AI chat a specific thing?
Well, I think.
Are you talking about just ChatGPT?
Yeah, ChatGPT, I think.
Yeah, I use it. Actually, what I've been using it for recently is putting in a prompt and saying, "Hey, organize this list of keywords in a 3-tier system based on best SEO practices or whatever." So I'll go and I'll download a bunch of like keywords from Ahrefs, put it into that along with the prompt into ChatGPT, and it spits out a pretty good site structure. You may need to, tweak it a little bit, but then you use that to go in, and that's what you generate your content from. And then interlink within a hub. So I'll do it like a 3-tiered structure. So I'll have my primary. So what would I use? Say the top is drug rehab, just because that's the most general thing I can think of. And then tier 2 would be the different kinds of drugs. So like benzo, opiates, maybe detox and stuff like that. And then below each one of those, they've got a number of different benzos. Then that's where you would put that. And then you could even go a tier 4 and go that route. So as opposed to like thinking of it in Excel, it's not going to look like a hub. It's going to look like a tiered structure, but essentially they are hubs if you're interlinking on hub level. So tiered hubs is what I've been using it organized for me. It's pretty sweet. You can use it a lot for, of course you could say, hey, give me a list of titles, one for each of the below keywords. Do that and say, okay, great. Give me a list of slugs for those. Put it in table format because I don't want to copy. I want to make it easy to copy and paste into Excel, and it'll do that. So that's what I've been using it for. Just little shit like that. Like I don't want to have to go through like mounds and mounds of data and organize it. I'd rather use them to do that. So it's working out well so far.
Tommy, what I would say that will trigger something in your head, not that I claim to be at Tommy Butler's level. So Tommy is a domainer more than anything. Now, obviously, he's got money websites and shit, but he's a guy that's literally got thousands of fucking domain names.
Do you buy just all the EMDs and squat on them, or are you looking for stuff like an Otis or a Niche Website Builders does?
Oh, dude, he's
everything.
He's literally got fucking single fucking EMDs and shit, like the good stuff. But anyway, Tommy, for me, I am not at your level, but I have also sat in a lot of domains for a long time and not had done shit with them. Now with ChatGPT, I can shit out site after site after site after site with a fuck ton of content.
I was just going through my domains yesterday. I was like, I forgot about this one. I didn't use it for a while because Jordan's name is in it, but now it's going to be up and running. So I'm building that as a template. It's a rehab domain. It doesn't have his last name. It's just Jordan. But
Jordan,
Jordan Drug Rehab, something like that. So I'll put his picture on it every fucking page.
David has said, check myflexhelper.com. I built the website with 0 content and ranked it in the first 2 months. 7 keywords that generated around 540 USA traffic. Out of those 540, so there you go. He's in the top 3 already. So my Flex Helper. I'm going to check this, David. Not that I disbelieve you, but I'm just nosy as fuck.
Yeah, I tested. What's it do? I guess features would help, wouldn't it? Capture blocks with our state-of-the-art algorithm. Simply set your filters and press start to capture block. What does capture blocks mean, though?
Who knows?
I have to watch the video. I'm not that smart.
Check the fucking traffic boner on there.
You had me a boner. Where?
So, on Ahrefs. Traffic boner.
Is this his site, or is this a service he used to pump his site up?
He built the website, so
okay. Jesus.
So yeah, it looks decent. Tommy, you have to shit out stuff on those domains because you're probably sitting in all sorts. I literally am shitting out website after website. Yes. Also, Tommy, there's some tools, I'm not going to name them yet, but there's 2 tools that I'm currently testing. Now, you can use ChatGPT. It paraphrases within the tool. It also syncs in with Surfer. And it automatically fucking loads this to WordPress for you.
Send that tool to me.
I will. I'm just playing around with it. But also, it pulls images in as well Fuck it, I'll share the tool. I don't give a fuck. Nah, I don't want to. I'm not sharing it. I'll send it to you because
send me your affiliate link.
Nah, nothing to do with that. I've only started using the tool 2 days ago. I don't want to be responsible for every motherfucker watching, buying this tool and then turn around.
No one watches this shit.
So yeah. So
yeah, shoot that to me in Messenger.
I'll shoot you that. And yeah, it's working well. Just now, pulls the images and everything, dude, and you can whack it up onto WordPress automatically.
I love whacking up and whacking off. Yeah.
Yeah. So Tommy, the reason I'm telling you that is probably again for someone like Tommy who's sitting on, I don't even know what number of website Tommy's got, but Tommy probably hangs his head in shame with the good domains he's got that he's never even had a single page website on. With the sheer volume he's got.
Dude, just find the ones that if they happen to have a GMB attached, just imagine what you could do throwing up just HTML landers. Like if you have a bunch of the same niche with GMB attached to them, you can just throw up the same lander, switch out the domain, like the city for in the content, and it'll start to push and bring in links.
Exactly, Tommy. Take a year to do. There's actually a guy I know. I'm not going to say his name, but
I'll go pee real quick.
He basically had a whole ton of websites that were all earning $100, $200 a month. Didn't do a great job on them, but because he had so many of these fucking websites, it amounted to a fuck ton of money. So it's you need to get the finger out whilst this thing's hot, Tommy. But David is saying, now check speedcheck.org. We're now doing some big changes, so we messed it up a bit, but it was like 2.6 million of traffic. Just look at the keyword difficulty, 96, and we ranked top 3. Different. So yeah, that's a good job, David Nikolic. But the key thing here is, David, you were using AI content, right? Would I be right in saying that? Let us know. And was it pure AI content, or was it taken, humanly edited, and fucked around a few other tools, or whatever? Let us know. And Tommy, different landers, but yeah, I think there's a lot of legs in the old ChatGPT.
Yeah, I'm having one right now. So I'm having a bot built. It's going to generate the pages, just like the HTML pages, like a Zim writer shits out. And it's going to pull from a bank of those type of articles and post them to a website, interlink them all. And then all I've got to do is pump out the HTML pages. And all I've got to do is upload them to a server. That's what I'm working on now. So I'm going to do that for like rehab style builds. So then you get that, and you can just, like you said, shit out like thousands of posts at a time, have them all interlinked. Yeah, it'll be pretty sick.
Yeah. But David's saying never AI. I don't know if that's the name of an AI or he wouldn't touch AI. So
I will if it's easy. If it's easy and you get like a fraction of the results that you would get from paying a content writer to do the content. If it's a fraction of the results from that, but you can infinitely scale it, then it makes sense to go with that. Your burrito's ready.
No, that was the staff leaving. They leave at 4:30. So
you let them out that early?
Yeah, bad. I know.
You need to take from Willie's book. You know, they sleep there. He's always posting his staff pictures, so that's what I imagine, all of them sleeping in the he's like, we treat him so well, he's like, smile, you know, and they all have to smile.
Oh man,
not saying Willie does that, I'm just joking. I've never even talked to
Willie. For example, I did VPNcheck.org, just the content, like 5K of words at least, real human. It got to the point where it generated 10K of traffic, but no links, but no stable traffic, so it went down. After we started links, it jumped to over 20K.
Are you monetizing that, or are you just looking at the traffic boners? I'm not saying that in like a facetious kind of way. I'm just curious. Are you making sure to go back and monetize everything?
Yeah.
So I feel like not you, David, but a lot of people, like, especially if you're, I don't know if you've seen it, Craig, like when you're training someone, they're like, I did this. Like, look at all these rankings I've got. Okay, cool. And then the next progression is traffic. Oh, look at all this traffic I got. Okay, awesome. How much money are you making from it? 0. Well, what the fuck's the point?
Yeah.
But I used to do that shit too. I'm like, look, I'm ranking for Plumbers Raleigh. I'm in the 9th spot. Yeah, how much money? And no one ever said, like, slap me in the face. It's like, how much money are you making from that? 0. Okay, go fuck yourself. I had to tell myself that.
Yeah.
I tell myself to go fuck myself so often. It's sad.
Savage.
With myself, yeah. I'm scared to tell my wife to go fuck herself.
So
we started watching what was that? Hive. This bitch hits this dude over the head with a cast iron skillet. I'm like, I'm waiting for my wife to do that to me at some point. So
but you ask about money. MyFlexHelper.com is making more than 50K
nice.
per month.
That's sick.
Speedcheck.org made 1.3 million in 2020.
I'd say you're monetizing it well.
Yeah. Are you looking for any VAs? Brad's looking for work. So
yeah.
Yeah,
I'll go be someone's VA and then learn everything I can, and I'm gone. That's why I would never suggest hiring me, to be honest. Like, if I ever go to get a day job, there is an alternative motive. Like, if I were to get a day job, it'd probably be at an agency to try and learn their processes so I can take it and use it elsewhere. So you don't want to hire me, David. Be a horrible VA.
I love Holly Starks' approach as well. Don't tell me your fucking niche.
Yeah.
Literally come after it.
Don't
blame me if I come after it.
That's true too. I mean, I remember when I first joined OMG way back in the day. How many years was it? It had to have been like 10 years or close to it now. Greg would never tell anyone his niche. Like, what's your niche? I can't tell you. What's your niche? I'm that's the one thing I won't tell you. I'll tell you everything else. Okay, whatever. Then eventually he told us it was drug rehab. I was like, fucking assume that. But yeah, he would rank for stuff like versus term, like Oxycontin versus, whatever. A different kind of opiate. He would rank those and then flip it to this drug rehab facility, like clockwork back in the day.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm ignoring
400 an hour. I'll take it, Dave. You got to be careful when you say like 400. Like, I'll give you 400. Okay, is that one time? Is that a week? Is that an hour? Is that a day?
So here I've caught a guy on there. So one of my friends is doing that conference in Vegas.
The one that you're doing?
Yeah. He's doing the website just now, and he's like, Craig, can you give me a line of code, a line for your bio? Now, I've obviously been on this show, so I've not given him the bio. So he's wrote a bio for me and says, is this okay? Now, if you put my name into
ChatGPT,
it says that I've been in the industry for 18 years. It's now been 20, going on 21 years. But it says 18 years on there. It says you've used ChatGPT, you motherfucker.
That's what I would do.
So
I mean, it's good for shit like if you're legitimately writing a sales page, it's good to spark ideas. I feel like get you an outline or but as far as like writing legit sales copy, maybe not. But yeah, I love it for like give me 5 topic ideas for XYZ and plug that in. I'm like, okay, I can use that one, and then writing bullet points, and then I can expand on the bullet points and shit like that. But yeah.
Oh man,
that's what I would do. What hotel are you doing that at?
Caesar's Palace.
Caesar's, nice. Dana White, I saw the owner of UFC. or president. He's gotten kicked out of a shit ton of casinos because he wants to like bet big money and it scares him. He said the absolute best casino to gamble at if you're a high roller is Caesars or Bellagio, which they're right beside each other. So
yeah, that Caesars, we were limited. We couldn't go to 70% of the hotels in Vegas because of a certain Mike Pierce.
Well, the win is out for sure. I was there. I check in. I'm like, where are you at? He's like, I got kicked out. I'm like, you're what? I'm across the street. He was in his truck, like going through shit. I'm like, what the fucking? That was a story. I'll let him tell it. I don't want to tell his stories.
But so yeah, that's why it's Caesar's Palace. But it's going to be.
He got a room at TI, Treasure Island, and never checked in. Paid for it and never went and checked in. Crazy. He's wild. The Venetian I've heard is good too. I like Venetian. He's not kicked out of there.
I stayed in the SLS before, which I think's in the.
He's been there, yeah.
SLS was fucking amazing, dude.
Yeah, that's where Mike ended up for a little bit. I've never been in there, but I've heard it's nice. What's it beside? I'm trying to get a grasp of where it is.
It's further out. It's not beside anything like major. That you
further. It's on down there though, right? Like
it's
towards
near
the end of the strip.
It's near the conference center.
Oh, it's all the way out there.
Yeah,
yeah. That's where we used to do SEMA when I would at my day job. We would go. They would have like the biggest automobile conventions. So GM, Jeep, Dodge, Chrysler, Ford. All of them had the huge ass booths than everyone else. Yeah,
it's near where Tupac gets shot.
Really?
Yeah, because I went round the corner to see where Tupac gets shot.
Nice.
But
I say nice, but yeah,
it's not the strip. SLS, but it's a good hotel, man.
Where was that Mike Tyson fight that night? Because it was right after a Tyson fight.
MGM.
Was that at MGM?
Yeah.
Okay. Because that's where they teamed up on someone and beat the crap out of him. And then they're like, I wonder who shot Tupac. It's probably the guy he beat the shit out of right before he got shot.
Yeah.
I like Caesars though. Caesars old school, but it's still nice.
Yeah. When is the Guys Trade Show site going to launch? Hopefully this week at some point, Nerdy.
Is that your event? Is that
yeah?
Show? Yeah.
It's not going to be. Is it going? No, it's not going to be called Trade Show.
Conference.
Know the name. It's going to be called. I can't even fucking.
Is
remember.
It just you putting it on, or is it you team up with other people?
Me, Chris Palmer, and a guy called Andy.
A guy called Andy.
Is he
just like underground, or is.
You won't. He's not an SEO guy.
Okay.
He's not an SEO guy.
Don't do it at the Golden Nugget, Tommy. Jesus, old Vegas. Actually, it wouldn't be bad if you did it on Fremont Street. I don't think you can get kicked out of those.
But the Golden Nugget's probably one of Tommy's domain names. That's
the Golden Nugget. He's got the Golden Shower too.
I'm not going to, but Tommy's got some fun domain names. Let me just say that I'm not going to say them out publicly in case he doesn't want me to. But yeah, he's got some cool.
Tommy or David, if you have any like rehab domains that you think I'd be interested in, let me know. Not just EMDs. I want ones that have like actual links.
So that goldennugget.com is Tommy's. He's just
confirmed. Is it really?
So yeah, Tommy is one of the OGs of buying domains from like he was buying up this shit like in the 90s and stuff.
We've got a woman in NFG that she's old school domain squatter, and that's how she has made a living essentially. Whenever she wants to like get a chunk of cash, she's like, all right, I gotta go make 10 grand. I'll sell some domains, and then she'll go out. I was like, why aren't you doing this shit all the time? I want to hang on to them. Okay. It's kind of like you're collecting them is what I feel like the squatters end up doing.
I think it's safe to say Tommy has made a career out of it as well, made a lot of money on it.
You can.
So there's a lot of money out there. So
dude, it's crazy on GoDaddy. Like the GoDaddy auctions, GoDaddy marketplace and shit. How much these people want for like an an EMD with no links at all, but it's just an EMD. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, are people paying for this?
Dude, people will. It's an ego thing, right? Like if you've got a keyword domain, then why not? And Tommy's telling me to shush, so I'm not going to give any of his stuff out. But guys, reach out to Tommy. He's always got good stories. But David's saying, do keyword research. Tell ChatGPT to write you SEO optimized topics based on some of the main keywords. Then go to byword.ai and add the topic you got from ChatGPT so it can write your content. And it's surprising. Then go to Grammarly, change what it tells you to change. You don't have it perfect, but you could pass.
Yeah.
So, my process is similar.
Do that. I integrate Cognitive and Surfer most of the time too. So
here's a question from Flavia. If you've got 100 sites, e-com sites, what would be your first 3 priorities?
I guess, how developed are they? Content plan. If they're honestly, if there are 100 sites in the exact same niche, like hair growth or something like that, I would probably get a big content plan and then just chop it up and distribute it throughout all of them and get the content up. Otherwise, you've got to get. You could probably, if they're selling the same products, I'd figure out how to get the back end integrated where it's all pulling from the same back end first, and then start building, just chipping away at the entities, or just get fucking content up, see what sticks, send it to your shop on each one. So, and then see which one takes off and start linking to that. But yeah, 100 sites at one time is a lot to start with, to be honest.
David Nikolic has one of the largest health franchises in Canada for rehab.
I can't sell Canada calls. Bring me something in the US, David.
But you could maybe get links, some shit like that.
I could, yeah. I don't need links. A rink without links.
You're one of them guys, right? Photoshop the links off of your fucking Ahrefs.
Yeah.
Dirty dog. But Tommy's saying AI chat does text in different languages. Ask the right thing.
SimWriter will produce it in different languages. It just costs more credits, right? Is that the case? Yeah.
But I'm going to write an ebook in Indian.
Yeah, I can barely speak fucking English, so I can't go into other languages.
We can now.
Yeah.
Possible.
Yeah, I watched. You don't watch Joe Rogan at all, do you? Or listen to him? I guess Mr. Beast was on there, so I'll pick and choose who I listen to. And he was on there, and it's interesting to see. Like, he's got this huge, and we talk about utilizing assets that we have, just repurposing them. His biggest thing at the moment, or at least at the time of doing that, you watching The Price is Right still?
No, I thought I heard someone coming, so I was just checking the camera.
Getting the Glock. But his biggest thing is like he's staffed up and he takes his current videos that he has and he translates them, like does them in different languages and shit. So he takes the exact same channel and then reproduces it in like Portuguese and then starts making money off that, because his, like, what percentage of the people in the world speak English, right? It's small comparatively to everything else. But yeah, that's what he's doing. So it's reutilizing. I'm trying to read what the fuck Mabe is talking about.
Tipping Point, which was the
program. She knows what it is. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a UK program.
Oh, is it?
Dude, the motherfuckers in this office just watched shit TV all day, every day. Like fucking degenerate stuff. Like not even fun stuff. No music, nothing. Just crap TV, man.
That's what's on during the day here. You watch Ellen?
No, dude, come on, man.
Is she still on? I think she's off the air now.
She might have been taken off air. I don't know, man. But the guy won for anyone who's interested in the background. But Flavia says, if you've already got the sites, they're working fine, would you only make content?
Yeah, I would go through and check the optimization on the current content of the sites, make sure there's no tweaking required there. And then I would, once that's all squared away, of course, if I assume the tech is correct and the sites aren't broken. But from there, I would start adding more clusters to the site, and that's always yielded positive results for me. And then linking, if you have something at the the bottom of page 1, top of page 2, that's where I would also focus as well, pushing those up that are close, but not really getting you any conversions.
Tommy's got a good domain for you, adolescentpsychiatrist.com.
It is a massive market, but I don't have a way to monetize it at the moment. That one is good. Adolescent rehab is a big one too, but it depends on the rehab, whether they take under 18 or not. So, but yeah.
Tommy's probably got a bunch of rehab domains.
Well, hit me up, Tommy.
Hit him up, Tommy.
Facebook.
If you want to make some money out of this guy.
Dude, have you ever watched Let's Make a Deal?
No.
It's a trash TV like the one that Mabe is watching, or Price is Right and shit. Let's Make a Deal is pretty good. It's got Wayne Brady on it. Or did. It's from back in the day. Dude, my mom loved that type of shit so much that she, like, when we had satellite back in the day, satellite TV, the cable, she made sure to get the package that had Game Show Network. So I remember waking up and it would be game shows from like the 70s, like playing, like old, like they would just replay the old ones, like Card Sharks. What's the one? No Whammies. Pressure Luck. Like all of those I've seen. It's like just a straight up casino in our living room every Saturday morning.
Interesting.
It's not, but
not for me. But.
No, not at all. But yeah, she loves that shit. She watches. Have you seen? Let's Make a Deal. What's the one with Howie on it right now? The briefcases. It'll come to me in a minute. It's not Let's Make a Deal
though. But guys, we have 2.5 minutes for questions. I ain't fucking leaving until I get my 2.5 minutes in.
That's what you told your wife. Deal or No Deal? That's what I'm trying to think of.
Deal or No Deal? I know that one. Yeah.
That one's on later at night, but she watches that kind of stuff too. That was popular when I was in college, and my finance professor would do like time value of money and shit. He's like, he could get it within a few dollars. Like he'd be sitting there with his calculator watching that show. He's like, oh, they're going to offer him this much based on like what just came out, like risk reward, shit like that. So
Flavia has another question. If you didn't have rehab, what would you do? Affiliate, AdSense, something else? LinkedIn or something.
Can I still do PPL though? Because I still like PPL. I would probably expand another niche. Like I've had people offer me like a lump sum for my rehab network, but it's like I'm gonna need like $3 million plus for it, based on like what I bring in. And or probably more than that. $3 million plus would be a good deal based on like if you're just going monthly times a multiplier. But so I've thought about that, and I'd probably just expand the home service niches and shit like that. So I go like there's water damage, appliance, what else is anything like that. If I weren't able to do PPL at all, I'd probably go into like agency and do essentially the same shit that I'm doing in PPL for those type of companies, like a rehab facility or something like that. I would niche down and launch an agency like that.
Yeah, that makes sense. But you've got to focus on where your knowledge and your strengths are. And Flavia, and I think if you're good at one, like pay per lead, why the hell would you consider?
Yeah. Like my problem with affiliate is never knowing which affiliate to go with. Like there's just so many options. If I found a decent affiliate program or a decent affiliate offer that I could just keep cranking shit out, I might go that route. But it's like I'd have to start from scratch, figure out what that was.
Yeah.
You could go crypto, you could go CBD, any of those. Ecom would probably be one that I would do as long as it could establish a decent supply chain, because I do have experience in that. So that would probably be, if it would go PPL, if I can't do PPL, agency, and just run it like a PPL agency. I just charge them for what I'm doing. If I can't do that, then of course I would go probably ecom, just because you can blast out into a niche. Like, just find one that you can there's a bunch of content opportunity that all leads back to your ecom offer. So that would be, but affiliate, it's like, I guess, but I don't know. Do you do a lot of affiliate, right?
Yeah, but it's easier for me because I've got a following and stuff.
Yeah, I'm saying, yeah, you use your following. So I would need to build up a following on YouTube, Instagram, like Facebook, all of those, and then funnel that back in. And that's just, it seems tiring to me.
I mean, as I say, you end up going down a certain path, and you make your money, and sometimes you just need to stick with it. And my following is one of the strengths I've got. So
all 300 of them, huh? You just keep
5.
Squeeze them for every drop you can get out, and then
but yeah,
I do know people that run their shit like that. Like, how much more money can I get out of these motherfuckers? It's sad, but it is what it is. Nature of the beast. Sometimes you take care of your people. I can tell.
I don't like to sell shit, put it that way.
Yeah, that's like the guy that asked about linking earlier. How do I sell more links? Provide fucking badass links that push, and you won't have any trouble.
Yeah.
Then you can just go on Fiverr and build up there if you wanted to. Or what's Chris's place? Legit?
Yeah. So decent places. But anyway, folks, we are 1 minute and 53 seconds over time. Brad's going to be sending an invoice for a ridiculous figure. So
I do that anyway.
We have to wrap
the dogs need to be fed. We've got to buy food for them, so I've got to charge.
But we'll be back at the same time next week, guys. And yes, we came an hour early. We'll be back at the normal time next week because
in sync next week.
Yeah, because of Brad and the Americans, we came on an hour early because they stupidly sorted their clocks out a week ago.
Yeah,
so
we're just ahead of the curve. David, you can find some good links on Fiverr. I'm just not buying the $15 ones for sure.
But Maeve rhymes with Dave.
Put you in the grave. Better behave.
And hopefully we're up next week with Mike as well. But anyway,
we'll see. We'll take it on a week to week.
But take it easy, everyone. See you later.